So I think I interpreted this a little different than you guys. I'll just explain how I did it. So I did, if you eat something, let's say you eat like a steak from a cow. I said once you finish the meal, you immediately become the live version of what you eat. So you become like a full cow instantly.
Okay.
So that's how I handled this question. And for my answer, I wasn't exactly sure what my goal was going to be. Originally, I was going to be like, is it possible to stay human? But I didn't want to resort to like cannibalism.
Yeah, there's some hard choice you want to make, but you don't want to make that one.
Yeah.
Technically, if you eat an animal and then eat a human, is it cannibalism?
I guess technically not.
Can we get into like a lion human loop?
Yeah, that's one thing I was considering was the loop. But eventually, my ultimate goal was to just find a way to live the longest. And I didn't want to end up at the bottom of the food chain because then you just die. Something else would come along and eat you. I didn't want to necessarily become a plant because plants don't move. And I said that they don't eat, so they wouldn't become something else. That's how I handled that. So, like, if you become corn or something, then some animal will just eat you. And that's not any good.
I am become corn.
Destroyer of worlds.
Well, kind of. It doesn't contribute to global warming, all those fuels.
A slow destroyer of worlds. Yeah, so I wanted to live for a long time. So I looked at things that live for a long time now, because maybe I can, like, hunt these things down and eat them, and then I'll live for a long time. So I looked at the bowhead whale lives for 200 years. The Aldaba giant tortoise lives for 255 years. The ocean quahog lives for 500 years.
What's a quahog?
It's a clam. It's like a type of clam.
Oh, we don't want to be a clam.
Yeah. I mean, if I live for a long time, then maybe I do.
I mean, is that really better than being a plant?
I guess, I don't know. And there's like an Antarctic sponge that lives for 1,550 years. That's pretty good too. The problem with all these is that they all need to eat stuff, and the stuff that they eat is not great. So the bowhead whale filter feeds, eats krill. I don't want to be krill.
No one wants to be krill.
What am I going to do as krill?
Krill don't even want to be krill.
The giant tortoise is an herbivore, so it eats plants. I already stated I don't want to be a plant. And then the quahog and the sponge, they both filter feed and they eat like various types of plankton. And I definitely don't want to be plankton.
That's worse than krill.
I mean, I've seen SpongeBob.
I see this shit. He's pathetic.
Another thing I found was a certain type of jellyfish. I don't know if I can pronounce it, but I'm going to try. Turritopsis nutricula jellyfish. And this jellyfish is what they call biologically immortal. So it has the ability to reverse its biotic cycle, and it can revert back to an immature state, which means that it can basically just become younger again.
Interesting.
It's super awesome. Like, he literally turns back, because the jellyfish start off with little polyps, like they look almost like flowers, like without the stems.
Yeah.
And they like swish through the water a little bit. And so they revert into this like baby form and then just grow up again as jellyfish. Like the same jellyfish.
Yeah. Which would be awesome if I could do that. So maybe I want to be a jellyfish. But this also has the same problem that the others did. It eats plankton. And it's also, like, super vulnerable to predators. So they call it immortal. It can still die.
Right.
It can still revert if it's maimed, though. If it's seriously injured, it can still do the same shit. This jellyfish is fucking awesome.
Right.
Sorry. It's one of my favorite animals.
Okay. Maybe it's your spirit animal.
Yeah, this stuff is not from research I've done. This is just shit I know offhand.
That's incredible, Marcus.
So I started to notice a pattern. The main problem is that all these things eat things that are not great. They're things that I don't want to be. And I originally said I didn't want to be a plant, but being a plant solves that problem because they don't eat. So I'd stay the plant. But I don't want to be a tiny plant. So I started looking around at plants, and I think I found one that I would want to be. Pando is what it's called. It's also called the trembling giant.
Oh.
What is this? Is that your porno name?
It's in Utah.
Chris Yee stars in The Trembling Giant.
So it's in Utah. It's in the Fish Lake National Forest, and it's a clonal colony of quaking aspens. So it's like a bunch of aspens that are like, they're connected by the roots in like a network of roots underground, and scientists consider it to be one giant organism.
So you want to be the biggest plant?
I mean, the big part is nice. It's not necessarily the most important, but yeah, it's nice. So it covers 106 acres, so it is pretty big. It is 13 million pounds,
Yeesh.
making it the heaviest living organism in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to beat that in my lifetime.
You might get close.
I can eat all the burgers I want, and I won't even get on the... Everything's a rounding error. I can eat whatever.
And then it is 80,000 years old. So that's a long time. I'll live for a very, very long time. And
Well, it's still alive. It's not...
yeah, it's still alive.
It didn't make it to 80,000. It just is 80,000.
Yeah, it's alive right now. It's been alive for 80,000 years.
There's one problem, though.
What?
You're in Utah.
I mean, I'm a plant. I don't care where I am. So, yeah, I guess the fact that I am big, it means that nothing can eat me. So that's a plus. And I don't have to eat. So I'm not going to turn into anything else. I'll stay the plant.
So I have a logistical question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
So you need to eat a meal of this. What is a meal of tree?
Yeah, what are the leaves like? I think it's got to be leaves, right? You got to eat the leaves.
I mean, I think it just has to be any part of it. And I think a meal would just be like enough to make me full, right? Because like eating a steak.
What kind of tree is an aspen? What kind of is it? Does it have like leafy leaves, or has it got like pine needles?
I think it's got like leafy leaves. I think. I probably should have done more research on the aspen.
I'm bad at trees. I was a Boy Scout once, but I didn't remember much apparently.
Hold on. Quick Google search.
I'm also Googling it.
Aspen tree. Yeah, it has leafy leaves.
Okay. That's a relief.
Okay, so you can do it. Yeah, so you're fine.
I could do it. And to Ben's question, like, if you're eating a cow, you don't have to eat the whole cow to become a cow.
Right.
You
No,
just have to,
yeah, definitely.
You just have to eat enough to be full. So I think just eat enough leaves to be full, and you'll become it.
Nice leafy salad.
Oh man, the Great Barrier Reef is also a living thing. Can you eat? Things got to eat coral, right?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at a bunch of different things because there are a lot of these, like, clonal colonies is what they call them. But pandas was, like, the biggest one and the oldest one.
Oh, but if you go for the coral, you can take a sidebar and go from the tiger shark to... Wait, what? What are the pillars of coral? And tells me tiger sharks eat green sea turtles. That doesn't fucking help me. I thought you could do a quick segue into a tiger shark, but no.
They do think this is dying, actually. Scientists believe this is that panda is dying. But I don't think that really matters because I wouldn't become the dying version of Pando. I'd become like...
The new Pando.
The new Pando, yeah. I would take over.
Pando 2.0.
Trembling Giant 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Coming back for more.